Hi, I'm Julie,
And I'm Mark.
and we're Keto Campers. And
Well, we're keto. We're not campers right now.
no, there's no camping available right now.
So, we thought we'd make a quick video because it had been a while since we've done a kind of a hey, here we are and what's going on video. So, we thought we'd do a quickie. We have wanted to go on a trip this spring. As you may know, Julie's still working a full-time job, so we are not traveling as much as we would like to. Once she retires, then we're going to go out and we're going to do some more traveling. But right now we have a few weeks in the spring and a few weeks in the fall that we can go. Well, this is April 8th of 2020. And I don't think I need to tell you what that means as far as what's going on in our nation, our world, our neighborhoods. We had planned a trip to go back to Steel Creek Park, which, if you look back in our archives, we have a video review of that park. It was so cold while we were there that we decided to go back and give it a kind of a redo. So that's what we were going to do. And that was actually Julie's idea. She wanted to go back and give it another shot. And that is a Corps of Engineers park on Lake Whitney in Texas, just a little bit west, a little bit west of Waco. So we were going to go there, and the Corps of Engineers has 4 parks that are no charge, first come, first serve. So we were just going to go hang out for 2.5 weeks, whatever, around Lake Whitney, do some fishing, enjoy the springtime weather, and that's what we were going to do. And then about 3-ish weeks ago, maybe a little longer, the Corps of Engineers closed all of their park facilities, boat ramps, all that stuff. So that plan was off the table, so our spring trip was canceled.
Oh, we decided to try again with the state parks this time.
And lo and behold, to our amazement,
They were open.
the state parks were still open and taking reservations. Now they were limiting the number of visitors that were coming into the parks, and they were limiting the number of overnight campers that could come into the parks. So we went on and we made reservations at Lake Corpus Christi State Park, which is about 35-ish miles north of Corpus Christi, northwest of Corpus Christi. So it's not right on the coast. And we were going to then go south down to the Mexican border to Falcon State Park. It's a state park we've never gone to. It's really one of those, it's really hot in the summer. So, but we were like, hey, we've never been there. It's in the area. It was like about 125 miles, something like that, from where we were going to stay. So anyway, we went and made those reservations about 3 weeks ago. Well, about a week ago, we got a notice that Falcon State Park was closing to overnight visitors. They're still open for day use. You can still go down there and go fishing, but they're closed to overnight. Then on April
7th, yesterday.
Was it yesterday? Either April 6th or April. Okay, anyway, in the last couple of days, Governor Abbott decided that it was time to close all state parks to all visitors indefinitely until further notice. Now, the closure took place April 7th at midnight, and so our trip was scheduled to begin at Lake Corpus Christi on the 15th of April, and we were going to stay there for 7 or 8 days, and then we were going to go to Choke Canyon, which is closer to San Antonio, and we were going to stay there for 7 or 8 days. Well, now it doesn't matter where we were going because all state park reservations have been closed. The state is refunding the money that we paid, because you have to pay up front for state park overnight reservations. They are going to refund us 100% with no penalty, thank goodness. That's nice of them. But what that means is our trip for springtime is
Canceled.
squashed. Yes, canceled.
Very disappointed.
So we're not going to be going anywhere. We were kind of thinking, and y'all may not agree with this, that going camping in an RV is a pretty effective means of social distancing, because it's just the two of us. Campsites aren't that close together. This is not a commercial campground like 1,000 Trails or something, to where, you know, if you go outside your rig and stick out your arm, you're touching your neighbor's stuff. These are state parks. They have pretty good size areas. The Corps of Engineers Park has good size areas. It's not like you would be anywhere close to the 6-foot social distancing. But they have decided that for the good of all and the health of all, that this is the thing to do. I've said a couple different times that I would rather be on the side of history that says, man, we really overreacted and it wasn't that bad, rather than be on the side of history that says, man, we should have done more because it was worse than we ever thought. That's just kind of where I fall on this. I'm not happy that we have to cancel our trip, but at the same time I understand. So
maybe a 3-week vacation in November.
Yeah, what we're looking, we're looking hopefully cautiously optimistic about going in November for a longer period of time somewhere. We don't know where that's going to be, but it'll be somewhere. So, Julie's got a little something she's going to share with you.
My new favorite Rebel ice cream.
Your new best friend.
Triple chocolate. Chocolate ice cream, chocolate sauce, chocolate chunks. Oh my gosh, it is fantastic.
It's fantastic.
And it only has 6 grams of carbohydrates in the whole container.
In the whole container.
Let me read you here. Total carbohydrates are 14 grams. Dietary fiber is 5. Sugars are 0. Erythritol is 8. So that comes out to 6 per container. Or if you eat half of it, then you get 3.
Which is what we do, split it.
We usually split it just in half.
Although I could easily kill this. This right here. I could easily kill this in one sitting.
It is so good. If you have not tried Rebel ice cream, you really, really need to give it a try.
Okay. So a lot of you have watched our generator video where we reviewed the Westinghouse iGen 4500, and we really appreciate all the comments and all the views and all the likes that you've given us on that. It's really blown us away, the response that we've gotten on that video. So I want to make a few comments because some of you have asked, so how does it work? How did it work out? So I want to give you a few comments on that so that you're aware. Now, when we went camping last fall, we were on the road when the polar vortex came in, and I don't know if people that live up north really, I guess everybody noticed it, but down here for mid-November, it was in the mid-20s at night and in the low to mid-30s during the day for like 4 days straight. And we stayed out camping. We were the only ones in the park. There was no one else there. Which, I mean, that's really
nice.
Yeah, it's really nice, but we didn't get to take advantage of it because
No, it's too cold.
we didn't do a whole lot outside. We did go out and sit by the campfire. Boy, I could get a rip-roaring campfire going, and I remember we were sitting out there. It was 35 degrees, and we were sitting out by the fire, and it was okay. Not many of you have watched our bacon wrapped jalapeno video, but that was filmed on one of those really cold nights while we were out by the campfire. So anyway, we have the remote control. This is the remote control to the generator right here. And we could turn it off and on from inside because the park that we went to had no electricity. So anyway, Julie's coffee maker takes 1,000 watts, so we were needing to use the big generator. We have a small generator. It's a 1,000-watt peak. Don't let that fool you. It will not run a 1,000-watt coffee maker. It will kill the generator. The generator turns off when it goes over. So we were having to use the 4,500, and it was really nice whenever we needed to use the microwave, whenever Julie needed to make coffee, we could just hit the little remote control, just sitting in here in the trailer, hit the on button, it would fire up, and it would run for as long as we needed it to run. It started flawlessly.
Yes, it did.
It cut off every time we needed it to turn off.
It worked really, really good.
It was quiet.
Yes.
I mean, relatively quiet. You got to understand, 4,500 watts is a good-sized generator. But it did everything that we needed it to do. And
flawlessly.
No complaints. In the... How many days were we there? 7 days? In the 7 days, we didn't even use about 2/3 of a tank of gas. So maybe 2 gallons the whole time we were running it. And we would run it periodically to charge the batteries because we didn't at that time have any solar. I'll do a little review on the little solar thing that we got. It's not going to be an unboxing and a technical review. It's just going to be, hey, this is what it is. This is what we got. This is why we got it. So hopefully we're looking to do some upgrades to our power situation in the next year now that the grocery store where Julie works is hiring temporary stocking help to help stock the shelves at night, and it looks like I'm going to be grabbing up one of those positions, so I'll be able to make a few bucks to maybe do some upgrades that I've been wanting to do. So that's...
He's not being lazy. He's been retired. So he's...
Yes.
He decided to take on a part-time job right now.
Yes, a part-time job. It's temporary. It's theoretically only going to last 8 weeks. Or be extended longer. I guess that's all going to depend on what happens with our situation. Anyway, we have a couple videos upcoming. One of them, I've been working on and will continue, and that is I am replacing the brakes on the trailer and I am repacking the wheel bearings, and I'm going to videotape all of that to show you how I am doing this kind of stuff. It's probably not the only way to do it, but this is the way I'm going to do it. I do all the maintenance on the trailer and everything. I don't have a trailer mechanic. Well, yes, I do. It's me, but and then
I'm working on a cinnamon muffin recipe. It's not an individual in the mug one like I've done on several, but they are done in a muffin pan, but they come out only about this tall. And I'm having a little problem adjusting the sugars with the cinnamon and other spices that go into them. And I'll get it worked out, but yeah, it should be really, really good.
But this tall of a muffin with a proper amount, which means a lot of buttery cinnamon topping, is kind of a good thing.
Yeah.
I mean, it really is. So anyway, if you haven't subscribed to the channel, please subscribe. That's something else I want to bring up. We have passed 50 subscribers. I know in the big picture of things, that's not a ton, but we are ever so thankful for 50 people that have decided that they want to watch our antics and my amateurish video stuff. But we are really thankful for you 50. We are hoping to get more, and we really appreciate everything that all the comments, all the views. We really appreciate all that. So if you haven't subscribed to the channel, please do. That wasn't planned. But anyway, we'll get back with you on later videos. We've got a couple more coming up. Maybe we'll try to do something like this, I don't know, every couple of weeks or something like that. But for the foreseeable future, our channel is probably going to be a little more keto and a little less camping, but it'll have both. All right, well, thank you for tuning in. We enjoyed spending this time with you, and we will see you on the next one. Adios.
Bye.